Hi, I'm Celestial, and I'm one of this year's Guitar Center Songwriter 5 finalists. You're watching OneAvenue.tv. So I learned to write songs and play instruments throughout my whole life. I started playing the piano at age 4, and my dad taught me. And then I added on guitar when I was 6 and cello when I was 8, and ukulele was somewhere along the way. And I took voice lessons throughout my life. So I grew up kind of just learning and doing it and finding inspiration the more that I practiced and really felt a love for music. In high school, I was part of the orchestra and the jazz choir and just really started to learn more about theory and musicality and that kind of thing. And then after high school, I went to the University of Miami's Frost School of Music. I was in the Bruce Hornsby Creative American Music Program, which is a contemporary songwriting program. And through that, I really learned the craft of songwriting and developed my own sound and style. And I had the opportunity to work with amazing faculty and fellow musicians and writers who inspired me throughout my time there and really developed my sound as an artist. And so I came out of there and headed out to LA, and here I am now. So my favorite song that I've written so far is actually one that I'll be performing this Friday. It's called Sailing Lessons. And so when I wrote it, I was at a songwriting intensive at Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, called the Johnny Mercer Foundation Songwriters Project. And so for those of you who don't know, Northwestern University is a beautiful campus situated right on Lake Michigan, a little bit north of Chicago. And so the entire surroundings are so inspirational, let alone being with, 12 other amazing songwriters. And so while I was there, I was going through a transitional period of my life. I was coming up to my last semester in college, about to graduate, and kind of coming to the close of a relationship. And so it was just, a time full of change. And so I was sitting on the lake looking out over the fog at twilight, and there was a sign kind of on their little beach that was for sailing lessons, because I guess if you're a student there, you can learn to sail. And it kind of made me think about how learning to sail across a lake or body of water is kind of like learning to navigate throughout the changes and transitions in your life, because we're constantly going to be facing challenges and changes, and whether it's graduating college or getting a new job or moving to a city or ending or starting a relationship, no matter what, there's always going to be changes happening. And so I kind of just immediately went and sat down at the piano, and it came to me within an hour. I had a song written that I still view as probably the best song that I've ever written, in my opinion. And so it was really just very inspired. I mean, the song sounds like you're sitting on a lake looking out over the fog. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. And so it's definitely been hard to top that writing experience, but I really love that song. It's dear to my heart. So yeah. So the most challenging experience that I have faced as a singer-songwriter and, on my way to becoming a successful artist was actually pretty recent. So I graduated from the University of Miami in December, and I took a couple weeks off for Christmas and everything, and then I immediately just came down to LA and jumped right in. And so it's just one of those things, where I had this safety net in Miami, and I had my friends and an amazing backing band and instrumentalists all around me. And then I came down here and I didn't know very many people, and I kind of had to start over. And so I'm currently in the process of just playing out all the time, trying to get shows, trying to meet other writers to work with. I'm putting together a band right now to, back me up at gigs so that I can do more than just, sit and play the guitar or piano at a show. And so it's hard. I mean, but it's, it's just one of those things that you have to work through, and the harder you work, the more you're going to see the result, and faster. And so I've been working really hard, but it's definitely been a bit of a wake-up call to say, hey, there's always going to be someone working harder than you, and there's always going to be someone who wants it just as much, so you just have to fight for it. And I'm really starting to see that now, but it's going well so far, so hopefully the path will continue upwards. And then for my last question, so I've been to some music festivals throughout the past couple of years, and I'm planning on going to some this year. So I've been to Coachella, Outside Lands, Lollapalooza, and Bonnaroo. I'm from Northern California, so I go to Outside Lands every year. And I actually volunteered at Bonnaroo 2 years ago in 2014, and it was hands down like the best 4 days of my life. And people laugh when I say that, but like it really was. I thrive, you know, in that environment, just being outside with other music lovers and just being around that energy. And so hopefully I'm going to volunteer again at Bonnaroo this year and get to go there, and Outside Lands, of course. And you know, hopefully by 2017, if everything pans out well, I'll get to play some of those festivals. That would be a really cool experience, just because I love being in that environment so much that getting to be there as an artist would be really amazing. Yeah, so once again, my name is Celestial. I'm one of this year's Guitar Center Songwriter 5 finalists, and I'm so excited for Friday to play at the Troubadour, and I'm so grateful to Guitar Center and all of the sponsors for this opportunity. You're watching OneAvenue.tv, and I will see you Friday.